Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, May the 14th, 2013. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Chip Ramsey with the Saturday Independent newspaper. In tonight's news, Governor Bill Haslam has vetoed the so-called ag-gag bill. Manchester police are asking for help in finding other victims who may have been prey to a Manchester man's predatory sexting. And college-bound students at Coffee County High School appear to be on the right track. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, spring promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
Your family's favorite show shouldn't have to fight to be seen. With Charter, you get 4 DVRs, so now every family member can watch what they want, when they want, where they want, without any battles. Call now to get DVR service for your home.
Welcome back. Governor Bill Haslam has vetoed the so-called ag-gag bill, which would have required video evidence of animal abuse be turned over unedited to law enforcement within 48 hours. The bill was supported by numerous agricultural groups, including the Tennessee walking horse industry. Several animal rights groups, most notably the Humane Society of the United States, had urged the governor to veto the bill, which had passed both the Senate and House of Representatives in the recently adjourned legislative session. Supporters of the legislation allege that the Humane Society of the United States had on a number of occasions been in possession of video evidence that animal abuse had occurred, but withheld the video for several months in order to maximize their fundraising opportunities. The Humane Society of the United States raised over $130 million last year, but spent less than 1% of those funds to help local animal shelters. After vetoing the bill, Governor Haslam said in a press release, quote, "Agriculture is the #1 industry in Tennessee. Farmers play a vital role in our state's economy, heritage, and history. I understand their concerns about large-scale attacks on their livelihoods. I also appreciate that the types of recordings this bill targets may be obtained at times under false pretenses, which I think is wrong. Our office has spent a great deal of time considering this legislation. We've had a lot of input from people on all sides of the issue. After careful consideration, I I am going to veto the legislation. Some vetoes are made solely on policy grounds. Other vetoes may be the result of wanting the General Assembly to reconsider the legislation for a number of reasons. My veto here is more along the lines of the latter. I have a number of concerns. First, the Attorney General says the law is constitutionally suspect. Second, it appears to repeal parts of the Tennessee Shield Law without saying so. If that is the case, it should say so. Third, and there are concerns from some district attorneys that the act actually makes it more difficult to prosecute animal cruelty cases, which would be an unintended consequence. For those reasons, I am vetoing House Bill 1191 and Senate Bill 1248, and I respectfully encourage the General Assembly to reconsider this issue, end quote. The veto is only the governor's second since taking office in 2010.
Manchester police are asking for help in finding any other victims who may have been prey to a Manchester man's predatory sexting. The predator's name hasn't been released, though police are wanting to charge him after they are satisfied that no more victims will come forward. The man allegedly sent pictures of his penis with lewd sexual references attached to the message. Police say it was sent to 9 women who work at a real estate office in Manchester. In the official press release, Manchester police said, quote, "The Manchester Police Department is actively investigating numerous cases of sexual phone harassment from one particular phone number and has identified a person of interest. However, we believe there may be more female victims in this case, and possibly could also be female juvenile victims," end quote. If you have received inappropriate text or picture messages, please save the messages and contact the Manchester Police Department at 931-728-2099. Investigator Stuart Caldwell said that the man has confessed to sending these sexually explicit messages, a misdemeanor in Tennessee, to the women, but he says that he was randomly sending the messages and didn't know any of the victims he was targeting. Caldwell said that if any minor children received one of the texts, the man could be charged with felony exploitation of a minor.
Lawyers representing emergency 9/11 districts in Coffee, Bedford, and Franklin County have been handed 3 trial routes for a civil lawsuit filed against AT&T alleging the communications company shortchanged the districts on fees charged to customers. Chattanooga federal judge Curtis Collier says action filed by a total of 10 area 9/11 districts could be considered into one action. A second option would be to pick one district, likely Hamilton County, for initial trial, giving lawyers an idea how other suits would play out. Collier says the third option would try each case separately. The districts claim AT&T failed to charge emergency fees to thousands of commercial and residential customers over at least 10 years. The fees are used to fund operation of Coffee County's Consolidated Communications Center and similar operations in Franklin and Bedford counties. Efforts to mediate a settlement here failed. Davidson and Lincoln counties have already settled with the telephone company. Lawyers say AT&T owes between $13.5 and $27 million in back payments to the 10 districts.
College-bound students at Coffee County Central High School appear to be on the right track. Newsweek and the Daily Beast recently released results of a survey that polled the quality of academics of some more than 25,000 high schools in America. More than 5,000 schools were offered the chance to participate in the study. About half of those schools actually provided information for the survey. The national publications determined that the best indicators of college preparedness were graduation rates, participation in college-level classes via advanced placement and international baccalaureate programs, and accepted into a 2- or 4-year college. In 2013, Coffee County High School ranked 1,243rd out of approximately 2,500 participating institutions. The class of 2013 at Coffee County Central High School received more than $6.4 million in scholarship money, another criteria used to measure effective college readiness.
We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac in Tullahoma is committed to providing you with the highest quality and best variety of new and pre-owned vehicles possible. You can count on us for service, collision, full car detailing, selection. And Stan McNabb Chevrolet isn't just any car dealer. We are a 33-year family-owned, family-operated dealership with all your favorite brands in one great location. View all of our inventory online at stanmcnabb.com. And remember,
if anyone can, Stan can. It is time. It is time to love her. It is time to celebrate her. It is time to honor her. It is time to surprise her. It is time to blow her away with the diamond. It is time for quality. It's time for value. It's time for selection. It's time for Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
If you think about it, this can be the difference between old-fashioned DSL and high-speed Charter internet. Charter gets to the good stuff faster. See just how fast the internet can be with Charter. It's way faster than DSL.
Welcome back. Channel 6's Andrew Todd spoke recently with Sandy Norwood about Dr. Capps' new drug-free weight loss program. Let's watch.
I'm speaking today with Shandy Norwood, and Shandy works with Dr. Raymond Capps' office. Shandy, thanks for talking with me today. If you would, tell us about this program and that you've been involved with Dr. Capps' office. I believe it's called Take Shape for Life. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's called Take Shape for Life. This is a medical weight loss program. It is no drugs. That's a big deal. The program basically, the reason that we're doing this is because we have a lot of our patients that have type 2 diabetes. Also with neuropathy, what we're all familiar with.
Right.
Weight loss is huge with this. We can put an end to it. This is a great program because you have the support, of course, of our office, and we'll help you along the way. The weight loss average has been about 5 to 7 pounds a week.
Oh, wow.
Around 30 pounds a month, and this is typical weight loss. Another good reason to be involved in this is because this is not a permanent plan at all.
Right.
This is something that you could go on for 2 or 3 months, and then you're introduced back to regular food.
Right.
We change our diet, and it's the best one I have ever seen.
Right.
And I've worked in several weight loss clinics, and with no drugs, of course, as you know, with stimulants, it's very bad for your heart.
Right, yeah.
Very bad for your heart.
And you were saying earlier, it's so sad you see people who think they're helping themselves out so much by taking these, but you're really hurting yourself a little bit.
You're hurting yourself. You are, and this is it's a temporary fix.
Right.
That's all it is. So this is a permanent fix. This is a change of life. It's a change of diet. Now, as you know, there's going to be things that you're going to have to change about your diet.
Of course.
We got to get fast food out of our diet. As much as I like Taco Bell and Burger King and all these wonderful places.
Of course.
That's not that you can't have a treat, not that you can't treat yourself, but this is changing your lifestyles.
Right.
The great thing about this program as well is every bit of the food that you will take in is given to you. It's averaging about $7 a day. That's less than you will spend at the grocery store.
Absolutely.
And of course it's less than eating out 3 times a day, which a lot of us do.
Right.
This is very easy. Most of it is pre-packaged. It doesn't require a lot of preparation. Throw it in your purse and go.
Right.
Adding a lot of water is very important to this. Period.
Of course.
It's just really a great plan.
Tremendous program. Folks, if you need any information on this, just contact Shandy at Dr. Capps' office or the number that she gave to you, and she would be more than happy
Absolutely.
to help you along with this. So Shandy, thanks again for talking to us.
Absolutely.
And folks, get in touch with her and check it out. Good stuff, good for you.
Stay with us. More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's a great day at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. Keith Barnett here today to tell you about the 2013 redesigned Ford Fusion. It is the best midsize car for the money. It averages 35 miles per gallon, and most of all, folks, it is a 5-star safety rated vehicle. These Ford Fusions start out at $19,995 after Ford manufactured rebates and incentives. So come on down to Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Tell them, Clay.
My question is, why buy anywhere else?
Citizens Tri-County Bank has offices in Tullahoma. And for your banking convenience, offices all across this region. At Citizens Tri-County Bank, we listen when you tell us what you want in banking. So at our beautiful new Tullahoma downtown office at 201 North Jackson Street, enjoy the kids' playroom, home-like fireplace sitting area, drive-up 24/7 ATM, ample parking, and lighted and camera-monitored drive-thrus. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Welcome to Camino Real, home of the area's most authentic Mexican food. Expect quality service in a friendly environment that features the only truly authentic Mexican food in the area, with favorites like tacos, fajitas, enchiladas, burritos, tostadas, freshly made guacamole, and Mexican rice, all made from scratch using homemade Mexican recipes and only the freshest ingredients. Come and enjoy a meal at Camino Real with the great food, friendly service, and warm atmosphere of Old Mexico.
They say nothing's guaranteed about the future except death and taxes. Yeesh. Can we get something good on the list? Here's something. If for any reason you're not completely satisfied when you add a charter service, you get your money back. That's right. Try it for 30 days, be completely satisfied, or your money back. At Charter, we've been working to improve our service. Now we guarantee it. Try Charter. It's smarter.
Welcome back. We have more from Congresswoman Diane Black as she speaks about the effect of sequestration. Let's watch video.
So we're all talking about the sequester. Let me put a little context to the sequester. There was a decision by both the Democrats and Republicans that we need to start cutting our spending and getting it under control. At that point in time, we talked about $1.2 trillion worth of cuts, and we talked about our budget in a 10-year window. So that would be over a 10-year period. It represents about 2% of our total spending. But what we couldn't agree on was where these cuts should be. Should they be on the domestic side? Should they be on the military side? And so the President and Mr. Lieu came up with an idea called sequester, and that we would sequester and cut across the board. Now, across-the-board cuts sound pretty good until you start digging down and you find that there are some programs that are working really well and that maybe don't need those cuts. And then there are other programs that we really should be evaluating and saying, are they working well? And unfortunately, we were not able to get the Senate to agree with us on going in and replacing the sequester with what we thought were common sense cuts. Twice we passed a bill over to them, and twice they did not take our bill up. So we are still in that situation where we have a 2% across the board cut. Now let me give you an example of just one of those things that we felt in the House when we passed our sequester replacement was a good idea. This is just one because people ask me, give me an example of something you think is a common sense. So let's go to the next slide. On this slide, you see a flow chart of the job and workforce development programs that cost the taxpayers about $18 billion a year. These are 46 programs that are spread across 9 different departments. Not only is there a lot of repetition up there, but the second thing we know is that these programs don't have measurement tools. There's not metrics there to say, this program works, this program doesn't work, let's throw this one out. So what we did is we went to work in slitting this down to something that makes sense. And what we found is there are certain large categories that you could condense those programs into. To give you an example, those returning from the military, coming back out into the private sector, may need to polish their skills. They may need something to transition them over because they have some skills from the military, but maybe they don't quite fit into the private sector. So there would be a job training program that would help them to be able to transfer one skill into the private sector. Makes sense. We could all agree on that, couldn't we? Another might be returning moms. moms who have stayed home, take care of their children, and they decide to go back to work. Their computer skills are 15 years old. We know computers have moved on. Wouldn't it make sense that we give her a few little skills just to polish up so she could get back into the workforce? Not only did we condense these programs to where they make sense, but we also said we're going to measure them, because we have got a lot of people still out of work. And if we're spending $18 billion and we're not putting people back into work, is that really the best use of our dollars? And so this saved us billions of dollars by doing this. This is one example of where we felt we could replace the sequester with common sense cuts. Unfortunately, the Senate did not take this up, and we are where we are today, where essentially we're stuck in cutting 2% across the board. We're not giving up. We continue to say to them, won't you look at what we have? And we'll continue to do that until perhaps we'll have a breakthrough.
Don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Manchester Parks and Rec Director Bonnie Gamble, who will tell you about how kids can have their best summer yet at their day camp. Travis Boland will stop by and play some songs for us on his guitar, and Robert Burks has some information about how not only do you need a smoke detector, but it needs to be the right type to protect you and your family. All that and more on this week's Living Show. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader.
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
When you're running late headed to that sporting event or horse show and hungry but need gas, you don't have to choose which to get. Just stop at any Quick Mart where gas prices are normal and the food is outstanding. Burgers, fries, salads, sub sandwiches, chicken strips, egg rolls, even pizza can be picked up while the gas is pumping. Stop by any Quick Mart today and not only save time, but enjoy some good cooking, southern hospitality, and prices you can live with.
Waiting around for things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
Welcome back. Tullahoma Mayor Lane Curley and Coffee County Mayor David Pennington, along with many other involved citizens, met at Tullahoma Life Care on Friday to present all the ladies there with a Mother's Day flower. Newsleader's John Gray was there and brings us this report.
We're here with Mayor Curley and Mayor Pennington. It is Flower Day, it's Mother's Day here at Life Care Center in Tullahoma.
I really do appreciate you guys coming out and doing this. Our residents really look forward to it. They really do. The staff as well. So I hope you make yourselves at home. If you need anything, let me know.
Let's just take just a second. Mike, get us started. Let's go around the room and your name, please.
Mike Stanton, Alderman here in town.
Chris Rounds, just from the airport.
Deanna Reedy and Addison. Janice Mullins, State Senator. Sandy Hayes, United Way.
Lane Curley, David Pennington, Coffee County Mayor.
Richard Chastain, Tullahoma Fire Chief.
Ava Lynch, Martin Regional.
Jackie Duncan, Coffee County Commissioner.
Okay, did we make it all the way around, everybody that's participating? Thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate all of you. Each of you will grab some flowers and we'll walk behind Laverne and just sort of take maybe 2 or 3 of you walk into a room and we'll visit a few minutes and or a minute and So we're, you know, mothers are special people, and this is our way of honoring the mothers that are here.
Thank you very much.
Chief, you're looking good there, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Did you tell Kim I said to come see me?
Well, maybe he'll do it. He needs to.
He does.
He needs to. Maybe he will.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. I'll thank you for seeing you today.
Did I get what? No, I didn't.
So you have her flower? Yeah.
Appreciate it.
There you go. Happy Mother's Day. Well, thank you. And they're all being presented a poem about mothers by Jackie Duncan. With your flower on Mother's Day. Congratulations to you. Chief, bucket's about empty. Your bucket got a hole in it?
No, we've got some water still in there. We're in good shape.
A fireman without water is not much good.
We're in a fully sprinklered facility. I feel totally safe.
All right, the flower buckets are empty.
Well,
Wayne, how did it go?
We're very pleased to be at Life Care Center this morning, and it's Friday morning, and Sunday is Mother's Day, so we're just pleased to present all the ladies here, both the staff and the residents, a flower today, and we're just so happy that we can do this for Mother's Day. It certainly seems to brighten the day, and it brightens our day as well, so we're pleased to do that. We've been doing this about 10 years, I think.
Well, thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast right after this.
The construction sale continues at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. Even though the construction process is still going on, Russell Barnett says we have to move them out now. Check out this 2013 Kia Rio, yours today for $15,995. With America's best warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. So remember, Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma is the dealer for the people. And my question is, why buy anywhere else?
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
If you like HD TV, you're going to like what Charter's been up to. Adding so much free HD that Charter TV is a whole new experience. National Geographic HD, Animal Planet HD, Discovery HD, sports in HD, movies, news, kids programming. Plus, Charter now has thousands of free movies and shows in HD on demand anytime. You want to see more TV in HD? Try Charter. It's smarter.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1943 at 91 degrees. The record low was in 1952 at 38 degrees. The average high on this day is 77 and the average low is 54. For tonight, look for clear weather in your forecast with a low of around 58. Mostly sunny weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 83 and a low of 60. Some isolated thunderstorms in the forecast for Thursday with a high of 75 and a low of 59.
Jim wanted to let everyone know that the Coffee County Lady Raiders softball team has advanced to the finals in the regional tournament, and they're going strong along with, of course, the Tullahoma Wildcats are doing well as well. Yeah,
Tullahoma Wildcats made a big comeback in the regional finals and beat Columbia again. So they're
on to the state.
That's right. All right, that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a good night.